pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Motion to minutes from the commissioners meeting on November 4th and the executive session that we have on November 7th.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. Aye.
Means 1 through 152 in the amount of $305,836.10. Payroll claims.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Aye.
Aye.
Collection was submitted for the ambulance clerk, health department, recorder, and sheriff for October.
I'll make the motion to accept.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Review and acknowledge the clerk's monthly report for October.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Favor?
Aye.
Review and acknowledge the treasurer's bank reconciliation and monthly comparison report for October, along with her monthly fund comparison report.
I'll make the motion to accept.
I'll second.
Favor?
Aye.
Wabash River Greenway project.
Dale's here.
Is he here?
Yeah. Morning.
Morning, Dale.
Thanks for having me on the agenda. I'm just here to follow up on the email that I sent out to the commissioners, calling in Kent on Friday in regards to the Wabash River Blue Wave project. It's been a project that's been in the works for several years, and through our relationship with the commissioners, the council, Ready 1.0, which is the Economic Development Corporation, we received $450,000. Well, they committed $450,000 towards the project. And so for the last several years, you've been appropriating that money, thinking that the project is going to turn dirt sometime. And we've recently completed the process of permitting feasibility studies. We have opened the bids a couple of weeks ago. The Community Foundation Board will be taking action on those bids tomorrow. So today I'm just asking the commissioners again if you're willing to appropriate that money in 2025, and the project will be completed in 2025 unless we get 40 days and 40 nights of rain. So that's my request.
I mean, I don't have any questions. I had questions, but none of that money's gotten to you yet. So this was approved 2 years ago. So, I mean,
I'll make the motion to once again approve the funding.
I'll second. Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
You know, not go out on a limb and say that I don't think we're gonna need all that money. I think we may only need around 300,000 of it, but
Great.
to be safe. That's what we are. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dale.
Okay, we're gonna discuss the mutual release and settlement agreement between Fountain County and Envoy. And do you want to say any words before we get about this? I want to state what the figures are, just so everyone's clear. For the demand letter.
No, just that it's just a proposed release agreement to settle the dispute over the outstanding payment. And it's a release from Envoy in exchange for the payment on whatever terms you're able to negotiate.
I know in the public meeting, you know, we give what those dollar amounts were.
Are.
Are. Yeah, anyway, we have Arcturus. Is it okay to say what those amounts are? Or-
Yeah, I mean. I don't know that I would discuss it all, and it's up to you.
Well, I feel
What-
comfortable with the vendors that are involved, they should be paid. They did the work prior to May. I think the three commissioners, discussed this in depth. We all agree that they need to be paid. And we're comfortable with figures. For this release.
Kelly, do you have any questions? Or Jeff, or whoever else is back there? They can't hear you.
No, it's not at this time. I think we've gotten everything sorted out between the Envoy Road and included Amoresco, Amoresco did versus the bill we got from Amoresco and scope of work that they
Okay.
did for that, so that's correct.
Okay, so can I get a motion to approve the mutual release and the settlement agreement with Envoy?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I know we have an invoice to Ameresco for 10,000. I think that was on a project development agreement. We had asked for a RFQ back in 21. They were the only company that provided that. We waited a couple of years to act on it. And they did the services that they said they would do. And so since we didn't follow through on such projects, it says in the agreement that they get paid X amount of dollars. So I think this 10,000 is the remaining.
For the work, yeah, for the work that they did, they would have just put it in with the costs
And this is 3
once
years.
they got the project 3 years ago, yeah.
Or longer. Because I know they
And-
started doing some work there in 20. They were doing studies, heating, cooling, and repair studies.
Yeah.
So if I get a motion to approve or deny the payment to Ameresco, we have $10,000.
I'll motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, here. There's very discussion about the childcare. I know, they went before the council. Kelly, did you have any comments on that, on your meeting?
No, not really. We understand that we do owe for 2 years, so I think we're in agreement to move forward with that.
So do we need to make a motion to approve that too, Kurt? Yeah,
I guess I'm,
okay. Well, with council on board, we are agreement to provide such funds for 3 years. The motion, the second.
I'll make the motion.
Support.
Aaron.
Aaron,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we do have here the addendum of the economic development incubator grant agreement. I think what that did was took like 24 months.
And it also, is Rod here? Is Rod back there? My concern is it says it's prorated, so, which was not the agreement with the county.
I think the original was the county wanted their money back. Trouble is you had another government entity,
I know.
City of
Yeah.
Attica, that contributed, so I'm assuming that they requested that same.
I would assume Attica probably wants their money back as well, yes. But it was not based on a prorated scale, so it was money back period, and that's my concern is That means a percentage, so. I like taking the 24 months out, which I didn't, I mean, that wasn't in there either, so that'd be a question for you, Ken, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not comfortable with that language, then I would recommend you send it back to them and ask them to clarify and tighten that up.
I mean, we take the 24 months out, which the council's concerned about. I'm fine with that, but the prorate language in there is, I'm not a fan of, but I mean, you guys can have your own opinions as
It
well.
wasn't discussed in. It wasn't.
I think the intent is that the county would be entitled to recoup whatever it had paid to the point that Wiegand ceases to operate. But that's probably not very much, you know, it can be written better and so I would send it back to them and ask them to tighten that up.
Well, that's my concern. Prorate gives us a percentage, so you know, who decides the percentage if we sign on to this? You know, if it sells for $100,000 and they say we only get 10%, we're in $500,000. We're gonna get $10,000. Like. It's very vague and I'm tired of dealing with vagueness. It costs this county a lot of money, so. I'd like it to be a little stronger worded and. Protect ourselves a little more than
You
that.
can just say the county's entitled to recover to the extent that whatever it is contributed.
If it sells for 100,000, it is what it is. You're not gonna get blood out of a turnip.
No, but I'll get more than,
I
yeah,
get what you're saying. Yeah, you wanna figure, that's fine, but. Okay,
if it sells for 20,000. We're not gonna, we all know we're not getting our money back,
Right.
okay, but I do not want to limit ourselves to getting 5,000. Because that's just why we signed on to, so
okay.
you want,
Get with Rod and see if we can have rewritten and share it with us for our review.
yep, I'm fine with that.
Sounds good.
Okay, we have a interagency memorandum of understanding for the ARC. Acting local recovery funds, so the ARC committee met last week and, you know, we decided that we would reallocate funds from the annex to highway building projects. And so our recommendation is to do that. And Kent has provided agreement. First, the American Rescue Plan Act for us to sign if we're in agreement, you know, for that change.
Yeah, under the evolving rules, there simply isn't time to have all the design work complete and have that project completely under contract with bidding requirements, so time for design. So this, according to Barnes and Thornburg, the lawyer that advised Fountain County and every other county on the ARPA program, this is what they recommend to satisfy the treasury regulations to have these funds obligated or contractually obligated or dedicated to the best extent possible. And then it's between the commissioners and the highway department, and it's more or less a pledge up to the amount that the ARPA committee agreed to, the 1.4 million.
I need a motion.
Oh, we need to vote on that?
Yes.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thanks. You do. Thank you. Have a proposed holiday schedule for 2025. Everybody have a chance to review that. You know, the county is trying to go along with states and state holidays, because there's some departments that chooses to close on those days as well. So I need to.
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Yeah,
Yeah,
did I abstain from voting on this? I mean, that's all we can
I'm Holly, I know. Yours, current city
Bill.
commissioner. The new commissioners in January could change it if they want.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So I'll make sure. You guys have anything else you wanted to? Oh, I do have a transfer. The ambulance department, it's not on there. 15,000 from paramedics to vocational service. And 20,000 from paramedics to PRTV. Thanks, sir.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Favor?
Aye.
Okay, do we have department heads that?
Before we get to that, I would like to talk about putting Lori Jordan on the Wabash River Heritage Community or Wabash River Heritage Corridor Committee. Brenda currently sits on it and she's stepping down. Well, she's not stepping down. She's won't be a commissioner next year. It doesn't have to be a commissioner. It's very odd that we had two commissioners on it. Bob Shepherd used to represent the county and I was the
Designated.
the backup for him, I forget what they call it, but anyhow. I'm now the main person for Fountain County. And Lori Jordan works for the Fountain County Soil and Water. She's been to a lot of our meetings before. She understands what the program does. Basically, just to explain a little bit, all 19 counties that touch the Wabash are on this. It's a part of the DNR. And we do things to promote the river and give grants every year. For instance, this committee has given money for the Covington Park down here years ago. The Attica Riverfront Park, the restrooms contributed to building that park. And just recently, the WIGA building up in Attica contributed. I think there were 6 grants given in the state, and it was picked as one of them. I think that was $150,000 grant. So it does a lot of positive things. You need good representation on there. People that's going to show up and attend the meetings. And they're all over the state of Indiana. So it does take a commitment. So, and Lori has said that she would be willing to do that. So if I could get or I'll make a motion to put Lori Jordan on the Wabash River Heritage Corridor Committee.
I'll second it.
Favor?
Aye. Thank you. And then the only other thing I had was the furnaces at the annex. Is Rick back there? Did you get a hold of Reynolds for the furnace?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We didn't run it.
Oh, great. Okay. And then, okay.
Well. We goes on to have a meeting there in December.
Yeah, no, I mean,
If you want it all for your own,
yeah,
then I would suggest, making sure all water's out of lines. We got
Yeah, I mean, that-
jail.
And if we're gonna turn off water, I just assume 100% turn the water off. So blow them out.
I
Yeah.
would just shut it down and be.
Yeah.
Clean
Well,
gas line.
we've had 2 busts up there. And no matter how well you insulate it or anything,
It could bust again anytime, because it's gonna get cold this week. It's a little waste of money, I think, but.
Um. Yeah, I'll call Rod and talk to him about that. So yeah, I mean, I'm shut down.
Wesley got a key to it, if you guys got to use it.
Okay.
But right now, they on a watch compass, but he went through it about the.
Okay, great. Thanks, Rick.
I do have the Caves Mill tank agreement. Been signed by us. We did vote on it. Last meeting.
I would go ahead and just have a vote to approve that form.
Okay.
It's just a public works agreement. It's just a small amount of painting.
I'll make the motion to approve it.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye. And I actually witnessed it this weekend. Went down and looked at the bridge and they were in the middle of the creek painting and I was like, wow. It looked really good.
Department heads.
Sure.
That was for painting the bridge that the county has agreed to pay for, Mr. Carroll there did it over the weekend, we had some warm weather. The ends are white and the sides are all red, and it's finished. And the wood structural people finished on November the 12th, so. So all we got left to do is we're getting some quotes on putting up some railing so people don't fall over the edge and maybe look at some termite protection. So that's what we got.
No, did we do the fire protection yet? or-
Yes,
Okay, great.
so the fire protection and the painting is finished.
Okay.
Thank you for all your support.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, department heads.
Hmm?
Thank you, Greg, for the department heads.
Okay.
You
Any,
have to go on.
any department heads?
I just had a couple things. One was that transfer of funds, which you guys did. Nothing, I'm not heard anything on our remount yet. I'll talk to you this week, find out where that status is. We're getting close to, he said the end of November, so
He's been sick, right?
yeah, he was
So,
sick, so
yeah.
hopefully he can, I'll talk to him this week, see where we're at with that. That's all I had.
All right, good, thank you.
Morning.
Good morning.
So we have an immunization grant that we were granted $94,000. You $25,000 is allotted for a part-time position. It is until June 30th of 2025. So we would like to hire someone part-time with no benefits. So we're just asking for approval on that. If you have any questions.
Nope.
I think we have to vote on accepting that grant
Okay,
because they're not changing salary for notes. The council.
okay. So we need a motion to accept the grant for the,
The $94,000 grant. And to have a person.
It's 24 or 94,000 for the grant. Yeah, and I can get you the exact numbers. Then 25,000 is allotted for part-time person. And that is the grant that's going to purchase or pay for the generator as well.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Favor.
Aye. Perfect.
Anything else? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Well. Long time no see.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Indianapolis.
There you
And
go.
I do not want to go back. So we have a total of 62 inmates. That's 55 males, 7 females, 14 Department of Correction, and 16 Vigo County.
Hmm.
So I'm actually looking to take 13 more. That's like our sweet spot with the jailers, keeps them comfortable, staff happy, so. I'm gonna take Vigo County's money,
Sure,
so.
absolutely.
Other than that, I see there's progress being made on the east side of the property there. Yep, so. That's all I have, unless you guys have something for me.
No,
Okay. All right.
thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna send Colleen a transfer today. We picked the van up Friday on what I was hoping was a warranty issue. Ended up being craters on the fuel tank. So they had to replace the NEVAP line and then they worked on the HVAC controls that have been messed up since we got it. So Colleen, I'll email you about the transfer from gas and oil to maintenance
Okay,
to cover the bill.
okay.
That's all I have. Thanks.
Thanks, Josh.
Public comment?
Well, I haven't got to that point yet,
Okay.
but I will. I'm just waiting to hear if there's anybody else. So I guess we're ready for that now. Glenn.
Okay, we did FOIA requests for emails. For the very troubling, we were told we were gonna get them in. August 1st and August 6th, something like that. We haven't gotten them, we've been told they've been pulled. What's in the emails that they don't want us to see is my question. And then another troubling fact that one of the commissioners here, she started using her private email instead of public email getting involved in this. Is that to keep us from doing FOIA requests? Okay, and then another FOIA request we did was for Roger Azar's bills, and he billed the county 4 times to do surveys. There's nowhere in there, and is Roger a surveyor?
Contracted to do.
Hell, the state board of accounts call that money laundering, but that's something different. Okay, but anyway, why is Rogers for surveys not recorded in the recorder's office? And how much did we pay him? The only survey we got was from Swift that was sent to Roger, but he billed the county for it. Why are we paying Roger for Swift to do surveys?
Well, for one, because Roger's not a surveyor.
Tim, we already heard Tim don't understand contracts 2 weeks ago, or 2 meetings ago. Can we have a real answer here?
Hey, can we have real questions? I mean,
I would say our contract with Ron, we know that he's an engineer.
He's not a real good one, but, okay.
That's just your opinion. A surveyor doesn't have to be a certified surveyor. We don't enter this, right?
first of all, we have to decide, elected surveyor does not have,
So, the troubling thing is I couldn't find anywhere in the minutes of any meetings that addressed this, so we watched videos. Roger said that he surveyed in February of 2023, the second meeting, the 21st or 23rd or whatever, of February. Kent says Roger surveyed the county of the old county project where it screwed it up and had to go back and do it again. Or the county, the old county jail. So they had to fix that. So we had to pay twice to get that fixed. Then he went to the county farm and Roger explained that he couldn't figure out where the line was for the county survey of the county farm, so we moved it over into the woods and some other stuff. Okay, so we had to pay twice for that one, but we've only got one survey recorded. How can that be?
Well, I can't answer that, obviously, because I haven't seen the actual invoices.
We did FOIA requests for all this stuff. Why don't we have it? And why don't we have the email? The big thing is the emails. Why don't we have the emails yet? We're well past it. We turn it over to the state police. We turn it over to the federal, there's another federal group that does it FOIA thing. And State Board of Accounts has it. Okay, so why would we not allow to see these emails?
You could comment on that, but I can't. I mean, if there's nothing in the emails that was reviewed and was needed to be shared with you, then that's probably why you didn't get anything. That's just my assumption. They look for key words in there of what you're
I was,
asking.
so you're not gonna give it this.
I don't have anything to do with that. You request, it gets taken to the person who be doing that, the IT then forwards it on to the person that he or she is supposed to forward it to. We don't
Who would
see
that
that
be?
step.
Who would that be?
Yeah, would that be lawyers to review or who reviews that?
It's my understanding that the IT department has been searching from the parameters that are set, and I'm not aware of the status of those searches and what has been generated, but the normal process is the emails are generated from the search terms, and then they're screened for if there's anything that is privileged, and the privilege is pretty narrow scope. And then the documents are produced.
You have a specific,
We did-
Timeline.
We were specific, yeah, we'll have to go back over and get that, so. I just like to know what's in them, that they don't want us to see.
get us the specific times and we'll move on from there. So, yep, that's fine. That's the only way we can get you an answer. So we'll have to, you tell me exactly what you want. We'll go from there.
They were told exactly. Right.
But I don't know what you told them and what they, yep, yep.
In the documentation, have we received all the work that we paid for under this envoy and Artura, Merit, we have received all that documentation that we paid for.
Well, we haven't paid, but the documentation,
Okay.
that's what the executive meeting.
And they, you said that we owe 2 years for the Ready Grant for the child. What's the dollar amount there?
$23,000 something, I can't remember exactly. Free share here.
23,950.
Yeah, for 3 years.
3 years, we paid 1 year and still, what, about 46,000 then, right?
Yes, that's about what we got,
70.
close to 48.
Now, then in the paper, I saw where the BZA is supposed to meet tomorrow on 160 acres. Now, then I heard that was sent to the paper in error.
Yes,
So there's no meeting tomorrow on their BZA.
as far as I know, there is not.
And also, is there a planning committee meeting on Thursday?
I can't answer that either. Campbell White's in charge of that.
I haven't heard a thing, Carol, for this month at all. So.
I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
I'll second.
Aye.
Aye.